Hello everyone, welcome to our series of sessions on pre-seen document for September 2026 exam attempt. Yes, the most important document for all of the students who are giving exam in this September 26 attempt of SBL has been released. In this series, we'll be having a detailed discussion on this pre-seen document, and then we'll be developing our own 3 predictive mock exams, which will be our professional guesses that what can actually come in your examination. Different thing about SBL as compared to other ACCA examination is that if we look at a complete 15-page case study from which your actual examination is developed, the examiner issues 12 pages in advance, 2 weeks before your actual examination, and he gives you a complete opportunity that this will be the industry, this will be the company, do as much research as you want. And then remaining 3 to 4 pages will be issued in your actual examination from which he'll be asking the requirements. So what our approach is, which creates the difference, which has resulted in so many nationwide positions in every exam attempt is that we do a very detailed analysis of this pre-seen document with a lot of practical examples. And then most importantly, our professional guesses, those 3 predictive mock exams which we provide to the students, and then we discuss 2 of the exams during the class discussion, and third mock is given to the students to attempt on their own and send for checking and feedback. This entire package increases your chances to pass the exam by great extent. So now I can say that these remaining 2 weeks to the examination and these series of sessions which we will be conducting now, they will have a great impact on your chances to pass the exam for all of the students who are giving exam in September 26 attempt. Me and Sir Subhan Mirchawala will bring up with a lot of practical examples. Now this time, the case study is from a very interesting industry, one of my favorite industry. It's theme parks. Now, what are theme parks? Theme parks are a subcategory within amusement parks. See, we all visit amusement park for enjoyment, for recreation. What are amusement parks? Parks where there are rides, there are water parks and all. But within these amusement parks, there is a category called as theme parks, which develop these rides into a particular theme, into a particular background. Like for example, since I live in UAE, so here in UAE, in Abu Dhabi, there is Yas Island, where there is a theme park called as Warner Brothers. That includes all the themes of the cartoon characters of Warner Brothers, like Tom and Jerry. So for Tom and Jerry, there will be a complete Tom and Jerry house. There will be rides relating to Tom and Jerry. There will be a souvenir shop relating to Tom and Jerry. Now, not just Tom and Jerry. There will be a lot of cartoon characters relating to Warner Brothers. And then the famous Disney World of United States, which is open in a lot of parts of the world. So that shows the characteristics and the theme of the cartoon characters and all of Disney World. Then similarly, here in Abu Dhabi, there is a theme park of Ferrari World. So all the rides, especially relating to speed, presented in the theme of Ferrari. Then in Dubai, there is Real Madrid theme park. Then there is Lego World. So these all are the theme parks. Now what these theme parks do is that they convert all those amusement activities, all those roller coasters, rides, souvenir shops, areas to visit into a particular theme. Now that can be a cartoon theme, that can be a theme of space, maybe some space or astronaut, or that can be a theme relating to science, or maybe a theme relating to any football club. So basically, the concept of theme park is to create that environment into a particular context, into a particular background, which replicates that particular theme. And obviously, those people who follow those themes, so for them, these theme parks are much more greater than a normal amusement park. So all of these discussion is part of this pre-scene. And as you all know, that examiner introduces you to the industry and to the company in a way that you have never been to a theme park. Like he will go on from very basic. And yes, a lot of audience, a lot of students have never been to the theme parks. So when we read this pre-scene and then a lot of practical examples which we'll give, that all will help you to understand that how this industry work, what are the revenue streams, what are the challenges, what are the technology things and all. See, you all can read this document at your home, but when you are studying with us, you get a lot of practical examples that help you to understand it. Okay? So, pre-scene
See,
information.
when you are invited, for any dinner, any party, any birthday. So what is your next question? For example, your friend invites you, hey, tomorrow is my birthday party, or maybe this weekend you're invited. What is your next question? You ask, is there any theme? Is there any dress code? Is there any theme? And say, no, there is no theme. When there is no theme, either you wear formal or semi-casual or, whatever you like. But when they say, no, this time we have a theme of, let's say, Spider-Man, or maybe a theme of Batman or something. So it means that particular room, that particular birthday party, it has a particular, a character, maybe a movie character, maybe a particular a movie or a science said. So same thing in the amusement park, in the which you call a theme park. It's not only an amusement park, it's actually an experience. It tells you the story, the architect. For example, he said science could be NASA and all that. It could be history. For example, World War II, okay, World War One. So that's the theme. And then it's a complete revenue stream. It starts from that particular character which you see, for example, Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse. When I'm talking about Walt Disney and Disney World, the pioneer of all these things. So it starts from maybe from your bedroom or from your dining room when you become a fan of Mickey Mouse. And then one day you ask your parent, okay, hey, how about we visit, a Disney World in Florida or California or in Paris or somewhere. Okay. And then when you go there, then definitely once again, there is a revenue stream. It's like there is a theme park, then the restaurant, because when you go to Orlando or Disney World, then there is when you go to the restaurant, they have the theme, the same experience, and the theme applies to the restaurant. For example, the shape of the waffle is like Mickey Mouse waffle. The Coke glass is, once again, is printed like that. The Mickey Mouse air and all that. And then, your kids, maybe they want in the morning in the breakfast, they want chocolate milk in the Mickey Mouse cup, or maybe they want a bag, a t-shirt. And then there are resort with when you talk about the theme, because obviously when you're going to Orlando, you go for 2 3 days, so obviously you need a bed sheet, the character, the whole resort. And then there are cruise. So for you, Mickey Mouse is just a character, but for them, Mickey Mouse is actually a huge intangible asset, because it's creating revenue. And then they have, for example, when I'm talking about Disney World, they have Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, and then that Frozen movie, the Elsa Anna, and there are a lot of characters. Then you have Universal Studio, you have Harry Potter. There are so many characters, so many experiences, so many themes and stories. This what we are going to discuss here, and maybe in the examination, obviously, you will be assigned a role as an external consultant, and then they will ask you maybe for the pricing strategy, for the marketing strategy, maybe for the competitive strategy, maybe some kind of risk, and all these things we'll be discussing later, sir.
So now as we go in detail of the pre-scene document, a normal typical pre-scene, which is like a complete booklet. And as I said, if I consider my examination document as a 15 pages case study, the examiner has provided you the 12 pages in advance. He is giving you a complete opportunity that research as much as you can on the theme parks. Okay, so he has given you the information about the industry and he has given you the information about the client. Okay, maybe the previous year, the challenges, the risk, and all. And in your actual examination, he will provide you with the current year problems, maybe some proposal. Okay, and when you talk about these theme parks, as Sir also briefed, there will be hotels in relation to the theme park, there will be rides like roller coasters and all, there will be souvenir shops and everything. Maybe a house of Tom and Jerry, maybe a house of Scooby Doo. And that entire gives you an environment, a theme, and understanding. Okay, so now let's go in detail because I have been to these theme parks multiple times. Even I'm a yearly member of Yas Island. Like I can go them as many times as I want. Like normally I go once in a week at least to these theme parks. So I see these lot of revenue streams which they run. And obviously, this client case study which examiner is presenting you is not something which is hypothetical. It is something which relates to real world situation. He picks it up from a real world environment and then he presents you here in the examination. Okay.
And
So,
nowadays, nowadays, due to technological changes, due to social changes, these theme parks have been changed a lot. But I have seen the old school as well. Like I remember, I think 18, 19 years back, I visited Disney World in Paris. And at that time, there was no social media, or there was no smartphones. There was no smartphones. You cannot take selfie. And I still remember I had this, big professional camera and we used to take pictures and all that. So those were traditional, but obviously at that time they were also very advanced. But now due to, technological changes, let's say the app and the mobile stuff and all that and the marketing and then the VR, AR experiences, now they're totally changed. So
no. So now Hasper World HW is a theme park located in the country of Deeland. HW was established over 50 years ago and has since grown to become the third largest theme park in the land, both in terms of revenue and the customer number. So he's given us a brief introduction that what our client is, in which country it is operating. See, for these theme parks, it's very important that you are operating in a developed country because it's an expensive thing. Like even if you visit a basic theme park, its ticket price will be $100 at least, and then the food stuff and all inside it will be like expensive one, because it's not like if you go and say that okay, in a normal shop, I can get popcorns for 10 dirhams and they are selling it for 50 dirhams. Yes, because it is that environment in which they are selling. Even the box of that popcorn will be presented in that manner, maybe the drinks and all also, because it is that theme. Or maybe if you look at this, it's a normal cup that will also be optimized to that thing. Like you will find so great souvenirs and all. So this theme park, and they are so huge. Like even I would say you cannot cover them in a single day also. Like when I go to Abu Dhabi in Yas Island and I go to Warner Brother, I need to go 2 times at least to cover a single theme park. Then there are rides on which there are lines and all, there are queues. If you want to skip the queue, there is a separate ticket for that. Then there are annual passes. Then there are hotel stays. So it's a big industry. So let's deep dive into. An amusement park is a commercial enterprise. See, the big umbrella is the amusement park. A normal park in which there are rides and all, but not related to a theme. So it's a big umbrella amusement park. Within that, if we adopt a theme, so that amusement park becomes a theme park, which features attractions such as rides, games, and play areas. And its purpose is to provide entertainment to the visitors. A theme park is a type of amusement park which has a central theme. The theme might be based on a particular subject, such as outer space or a particular group of characters. For example, those found in animated movies. Now, as Sir said, for us, those are like normal characteristics. But for them, these are big intangible assets. They invest on them. All the souvenirs, all the background, the entire theme. Maybe just a normal roller coaster, but they convert it into that theme. Maybe it's outer structure. Like, okay, if you go to a Ferrari world, so you will see the rides which look like Ferrari and they will be extraordinarily fast. Okay. Now, and one more thing, people think that these amusement and theme parks are just for kids. No, they are for adults. Okay. Like maybe in some of the rides, the kid won't be allowed to sit. That's why these theme parks have playgrounds also. Like you can keep your kid or a child there and you can enjoy with your spouse or friends or maybe. So theme parks offer
sometimes, sometimes they have segment also because some rides are like very crazy rides. So for example, if you know that it's this particular amusement park or theme park, for example, in our city, Dallas, we have Six Flags. So Six Flags, there's like extraordinary, risky rides and all. So obviously, but they are for kids also. So for example, if one of the, theme parks, they have only extraordinary 360 rides, So obviously you won't take your old parents. So maybe people, those who won't able to, take the risk, or maybe pregnant ladies, or maybe some have back problems and all that. So you don't want to waste the money. As a sir said, like minimum is kind of $100 something. Or maybe you won't able to, take your kids. But when it's about the family park, or sometime it's specifically for the kids. Like give you a practical example, Universal Studio. So in United States of America, major Universal Studio is in California on the Pacific side with the Pacific Ocean, and one on the Florida, which is Atlantic Ocean. But now they recently opened in our city, Dallas, Frisco City. It's this Universal Studio is only for the kids, is not for the adults. So they do this segmentation thing as well by doing the research and all. So
Okay. Now, theme parks offer visitors a wide variety of attractions, including rides, those roller coaster rides and those simple basic rides and all, to cover a lot of customers. Then there are shows for that theme. Maybe like, okay, if you go to Disney World, you will get those cartoon characters coming in, taking pictures, doing short shows. There is a small stage also. There are play areas, food outlets, shops, all based on the chosen theme. Some theme parks are divided into theme areas called lands or zones, offering attractions and rides within those lands and zones, which immerse the visitor with themed experience as they move around the park. What do you mean by this? When you go to Warner Brother and you see Tom and Jerry area, so there will be a house of Tom and Jerry. Tom, Jerry, cheese pieces and all. And that entire house of Tom and Jerry. You remember when we used to see that cartoon? So you will move around that house. And then inside that house, there will be a ride also, or maybe a small roller coaster. And maybe Tom and Jerry character moving on, allowing kids to take pictures. And maybe Scooby-Doo character, or maybe other cartoon characters. Similarly, when you go to Ferrari World, so the objective is to make you feel that entire experience. See, a normal amusement park do not get the brand attraction of that theme. But when you talk about theme parks, like, okay, maybe there is a theme park on that famous season, which was on Netflix, Money Heist. Okay, so as sir said, like maybe there's a concept in parties and all, like I've seen in colleges farewell, that okay, it's a college farewell, and this time we are following the theme of money heist. So everyone will wear that costume and all, and there will be photo booths and all with that background. Okay.
and also it's not necessary that you spend money in the theme park. These characters are so strong that even outside theme park, they are gel into your cultural events. For example, private parties, okay, those are different. I'm talking about Halloween. So when the character is so strong and so famous, and you're so fan of and fond of all those things, what do you do? Like in this Halloween, okay, I'll be, becoming maybe Elsa or maybe a Batman or a Spider-Man or Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse or whatever. So that's why we said it's an intangible asset. You make money out of it.
Okay. Now, theme parks differ from amusement parks in that they feature a themed collection of rides and attraction, whereas amusement parks feature unconnected collection of rides. Like, okay, it's the same rides in amusement park and theme park, but just that theme park one will have that customization, that appearance that demonstrate that. However, over the years, many amusement park operators recognize that by incorporating themes, stories, architecture, landscaping, characters into the parks, visitor becomes more engaged and they were able to attract a wide variety of visitors. Okay. Now, the Deeland theme park market. Deeland has a population of over 60 million people and has a well-developed economy. See, this is very important. You will not see theme parks in undeveloped countries. For theme parks, you need people with a good disposable income. Those who are willing to spend. If we have people who are like, oh, it's very expensive, and then theme parks will not work in your segment, because here there are expensive tickets. Even when you go inside a theme park, a cup of coffee will be like 50 dirhams. And then you start saying that, okay, outside the coffee is of 10 dirhams. So no, then you are not a guy to come to theme park because, okay, they are selling you an experience. And for this, yes, it's important that it's a well-developed economy, which has local support and obviously the international visitor. A
Yes,
sig-
one more thing. One more thing. If you remember that that guy, Michael Porter, which is in your course outline, Michael Porter diamond model. We have Michael Porter competitive strategy. We have Michael Porter five forces. We have Porter's diamond model. So in Porter's diamond model, what we study, that one of the factors of industry becoming a global industry or promoting an industry is the support from the locals, like demand in homeland. One of the factors identified by Michael Porter is demand in homeland. When I'm talking about Walt Disney and Disney World, initiated from United States of America. So like people, they are so excited for these rides and these characters and all that. Because once you start something, first of all, who's going to support you? Not the external world. First of all, your local neighbors, your street. Okay, those people support you, and then your city, and then your state, and then the United States of America. And then you become a global company, and then you go to Hong Kong and you have Paris and all that. And now still we talking about Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, and from Nepal to Africa, everybody talk about that. Now see, if for example, if in any XYZ country, if gambling and casinos are not allowed, do you think if they open a casino and that casino industry, for example, it's first time, it becomes a global company? It can never be, because of no demand in homeland, because of religious issue, maybe cultural issue. Same with the liquor industry. For example, the country does not allow, the religion, for example, does not allow that. So you cannot be the global guy for that particular product. So same thing here. It has to be a developed economy, and the people, those who are there, they should be, risk taker, and they need this kind of, adventure and excitement.
A significant proportion of the population has disposable income to spend on a wide range of leisure and tourism activities. Now, if you look at the theme park market segregation, Hasper World, which is our client, it holds 16% of the theme park market, which is third largest. Then there is Dinoland, which is our competitor, holding 22%, Space Park 27%, and others have 35%. The Deeland theme park market earned an estimated revenue of nearly $1 billion in 20x5, and it is estimated to grow by over 10% in next 5 years. The current growth has been driven by strengthening global leisure and tourism market, wherein theme parks have become an integral part, making them popular destinations for people whilst taking holidays or short breaks. So not only the local visitors in D-Land are taking that, but international visitors are also coming. Okay? Now, there are a wide range of theme parks operating within D-Land. Now, as Sir said, see, the industry in D-Land for theme park is prospering. And if, as Sir also referred, Potter Diamond, because the D-Land local market supports this. There's a wide range of theme parks. So yes, people want to visit them. That's why there are a lot of theme parks. And then that's why this industry is growing. From small regional parks to several large theme parks, offering a wide variety of rides, attraction, and food outlets. And not only this, these theme parks have their own hotels also. Like, okay, you
Yeah.
can stay there. Like I remember in Dubai hotel parks and resorts, they have their hotels also. Like, okay, you as a tourist come in, you stay in the hotels, you visit the theme park, like Real Madrid theme park, you visit Legoland. So you stay there, you visit the park, then you stay in their hotel, and entire 2, 3 days you live in that, I would say, imaginary world with those characters. So it is not just a park or a leisure activity during that daytime. It's the entire process they give you. The
So
three,
maybe in examination, you will be an external consultant, and maybe the company, they'll say, okay, they have a profitability problem, they have liquidity problem, they have some going concern issue, some kind of, strategic problem going on. And then you will be advising, how about you do a collaboration with an airline. For example, just as we said, let's talk about Michael Porter Diamond. We said, when people want to go to United States of America, what is the attractive place for them? Florida. And why Florida? It's not the whole Florida. Okay, I know Miami and all that, but what is the major spot? It's the Orlando City, Disney World. Same with California, Los Angeles. Yes, Disney World. So normally when you see people from Asia, okay, where you going, United States? Why? With your family? Because we want to see Disney World. I remember one of my friends, he got a visit visa. They asked him on the immigration counter or visa counter, they said, why you want to go United States of America? And he said, I always wanted to see Disney World. Boom, approved. I still remember that. So it means for not only in Florida and in Orlando, economy is growing because of the whole United States of America. People from Oklahoma, people from Texas, people from Chicago, they go over there. But also from Asia and from Europe, people go there especially to see this thing. So
No.
this is, maybe in there would be a problem of profitability and liquidity, and you will be an external consultant, and you will be advising, how about we do the collaboration with an airline? How about not only we have a theme park, how about we open a theme resort? A theme resort, Mickey Mouse resort. Practically, we have a cruise at Disney. It's not only Disney World, it's a theme park and all. Disney World, Disney cruises are there from Florida to Seattle, from to Europe. The Disney cruise work. So see, the cruise, the resort, everything, you are actually, experiencing the whole character thing throughout your life, maybe.
So the three largest theme parks, which are Space Park, Dinoland, and HW, which is our client in D-Land, together attracted over 10 million visitors in 20x5, an increase of 4% on the previous year. However, the competition from theme park visitor also come from wide range of other leisure and tourism activities. Now, this is also very important. See, the ultimate objective of the visitor coming to theme park is to enjoy. Okay, so now always he has a limited budget. Everyone has certain budget. Okay, he is a rich guy, but he will have certain budget. So either he can go to a theme park, or maybe he can go to a normal amusement park, or maybe to some museum, or maybe to some zoo, or maybe some water park, or maybe to a resort or something of natural beauty. So theme parks have a competition from other theme parks, but they have competition from other leisure activities also. But obviously, their revenue is very much dependent on the success of that theme. Maybe a new Tom and Jerry series gives a booster to Warner Brother theme park, or maybe a new Mickey Mouse series will give a booster, or maybe a new Spider-Man movie gives a booster to those theme parks which are developed on Spider-Man theme. Okay.
So that's
Away.
why, this industry requires continuous improvement. It requires continuous innovation. And that's why, for example, when I said Mickey Mouse, this is the strongest character of Disney World till now. So for example, we call it a Mona Lisa effect. What is Mona Lisa effect? Because Mona Lisa picture, nowadays everybody know Mona Lisa in Louvre Museum, Paris. But before that, like why Mona Lisa is so, so famous? It was just a normal picture, unnoticeable picture, until unless there was a robbery. There was it was actually stolen from the museum, and then they realized, oh, there was a picture here. What is that? And then the news spread and all that, and then realized, hey, Mona Lisa picture, and then the whole world nowadays they go to Louvre Museum, Paris, just to see Mona Lisa. So this is called Mona Lisa effect. It's with that innovation and creativity. Maybe, as I said, a new movie of Spider-Man, and once again, people will go there and see.
So activities available in D-Land such as coastal holiday resorts, museums, zoos, aquariums, a wide variety of tourist activities such as historical castles and famous landmarks. So see, I always say that the important thing is that when you have a pre-seen from an industry which you have already experienced, so that becomes very easy for you in the examination because you know the industry challenges and the innovation going on. But when someone has not been to a theme park like what we have been given this time, so for you then reading the document, listening to the practical example, having that feel that how this segment operates, that's very important. Maybe like, okay, If I talk about revenue possibilities of these theme parks, so there are entry tickets. Once you pay the entry ticket, you have access to all of the rides. But then, in order to increase revenue, they have yearly passes. They have weekday passes which are cheaper, then weekend passes which are expensive. Why? Because whether there is one customer or there are 10 customers, these theme parks have to operate at 100% operation. Because even if there is a one customer, either you close the theme park. But if it is open, everything should be open. So they sell cheaper weekday tickets because on weekday there are lesser visitors. So the point is that how they generate revenue from food outlets, how they generate revenue from pictures. Like, okay, when you sit on a roller coaster, there is a camera in front of you that record your entire experience. You come down, they show it on you on the screen. And then you say, okay, give it to me. They'll say, okay, it's 200 dirhams or maybe 300 dirhams for that. Because that is one of the biggest revenue stream. Then there are cartoon characters inside that. Okay, nowadays there is smartphones. You stand with a cartoon character, your family member take a picture. But then there are professional photographers also. Okay, like maybe your kid want to have a picture with Tom and Jerry. So there will be a Tom and Jerry character actually running inside this Warner Brother, and they can take picture with them. So that entire experience, that possible revenue stream, those food outlets, like if I just give you example of Yas Island, what happened is that in order to increase the sale of food outlet, they have this face pass. Okay, I purchase the pass and then I can create face pass of all my family members like face scanner. And then my credit card will get connected. Now, when my family member will go to a food stall to buy popcorn or a drink, they'll not have to pay cash or charge a card. There'll be a machine, it will scan their face and boom, it will be charged from my card. Why? To make that selling experience easier. Okay, now like a kid wants to have a popcorn, he'll just go to shop, okay, one popcorn, face scan, amount charged on the father's card. So that all technology, experience, evolution, that, and obviously with the technology, these theme parks have more opportunity to give you the feel of that thing. There are these
Maybe
virtual worlds, these VR sets through which you experience them also. Yes, sir.
now, maybe in examination, you may be asked as a consultant to revise the payment process.
Yes.
Okay, to save the time and to bring efficiency, because in theme park, especially when you talk about holiday seasons, summertime and all that, okay, there are a lot of people standing there. I need a popcorn, and then I'm going to take the credit card, or I'm counting cash, and then he's counting cash. Are we taking the changes? And then obviously it's a new currency because you coming from a, this is an inefficient process. And maybe an examiner will give you this kind of process and will ask you to revise the process. Then you can say this face recognition thing or tapping, or maybe sometime they give you this tapping band. You can just do that, and it gives you entry, exit, and payment also. Also, as I said, whether you have one customer or 100 customer, you have to run the right. It has to be up running. Same thing with the cinema industry. Every time, whether you have one guy or 100 people in the cinema, the movie has to go. So what they do the same pricing strategy. Like in the United States of America, what they do, especially in Texas, on Tuesday, they give you $2 or $3 ticket. Okay, for a movie, it's going to be just $2, $3. And the same movie you go on weekend, so it will be like maybe $11, $20, $15. But on Tuesday, so they do this research sometime Tuesday, sometime Wednesday, and all that. So this is the pricing strategy. Maybe in examination, you can do that just to get the marginal revenue.
Okay. Now, so moving forward, the theme park market growth drivers, like what are the reasons which lead to growth in revenue? Obviously, very important thing is the income, because these theme parks is for like those who can spend, and it is very much dependent on the economy. Like if the economic recession will come in, the segment will go down, increasing disposable income of both home and international visitor who are demanding more leisure and entertainment options. Then, growing popularity of themed entertainment driven by global entertainment brands, as I told you, that maybe a theme park on Spider-Man, because recently a Spider-Man movie is released. So the point is that then suddenly the theme park of Spider-Man will start getting more customers. And then, most importantly, increasing adoption of the technology in the attraction and experience offered by the theme park, making them more realistic and exciting. Believe me, when you will go to these theme parks, like you will be amazed. My parents, who are more than 65 years of age, when they go with me in these theme parks, they also say like, okay, it's something out of the world. When you go inside, because in Abu Dhabi, these theme parks are like indoor theme parks, all of them. These are because obviously the temperature is not very good in the city, so they can't be outdoor. So when you go inside them, and then 7 to 8 hours, you forget the entire world. It's that environment which is created. And obviously the use of technology, which make you feel that experience, feel that theme. So three things which push the revenue of these theme parks: economy, the income, the growth of that particular theme, maybe a movie or a season which give it a booster. And third is the technology use, which improves the experience of these theme parks. Now, obviously, the biggest experience in these theme
Sometimes
parks are the rides. Yes, sir.
nowadays they do the collaboration. Give you a practical example. As sir said, for example, Disney World. Obviously, it's kind of, expensive stuff. So not only they sell, day pass or summer passes or annual passes also. And when people take yearly pass, like for example, Sir Owais already purchased. So when you buy a yearly pass, there's a concept in economics, the law of marginal utility. Obviously, you go initially, you're so excited. You go first time, second time, third time. You think you are rational, but then you don't go. And it's an annual pass. So, for example, in examination, maybe the company has a liquidity problem, some kind of thing. And you, as an external consultant, will be providing a suggestion, a good pricing strategy that how about we give an attractive yearly pass? Because people will come 1, 2, 3, 4 times maybe, or in summer holidays they will come, but they'll be excited and they'll buy, this complete thing. Also, they do this collaboration. Give you a practical example of Disney World in Florida. So a couple of my friends, they have experienced this thing. So they have collaboration, obviously with different industry, but one of the industry is the real estate. So let's say you are a tourist. You go to Orlando with your family and you want to buy a Disney World ticket and you are thinking, hi, it's so expensive, $100, $200 and all that. And then there comes a marketing guy from a real estate company. And they say, okay, if you come to our classroom, our workshop, I'm talking about real estate, okay? You come with your family, you listen to our lecture for 2 hours. Maybe it could be a hotel chain or real estate or whatever. And at the end, if you listen to a lecture for 2 hours, and we will give you a complimentary Disney World Pass. Now, this is a collaboration or kind of strategic alliance. It gives benefit to both. So as a customer, you are getting, you are spending time, 2 hours. And what you have just time. So obviously you gave your time. And what is the benefit of the real estate company? Real estate company benefit is they are selling you or they are giving you awareness about their projects, their houses and all that, and their hotel chains. Once you're done with that, they'll give you a complimentary Disney World Pass and you'll go there and obviously you're spending money over there. So this kind of collaboration, maybe in examination, you can talk about this strategy also. Okay.
Now, obviously, when we talk about these theme parks and then rides, the most interesting one is the roller coaster. Okay, those like fast rides, which I say that they take you near to the death. Okay, these roller coaster fast rides, sharp cuts, and obviously that is the most biggest attraction of any theme park. Okay, like I remember once I sat in one roller coaster and it was half the time it was running upside down. These are, and then I remember in Warner Brothers in Abu Dhabi, there is that ride in which you sit like in an aeroplane and you sit in the wings of that plane, and those wings are like circulating also, like round, and they are like up and down, and you are going up down also. So like it's a very dangerous roller coaster, but obviously it's the biggest experience. Okay, so these roller coaster rides are one of the greatest attraction of these theme parks. Like if you go to Ferrari World, uh, it's known for its roller coaster rides, like the most dangerous ones. So a roller coaster uses an elevated track which carry rider through elements which can include tight turns, steep slopes, full 360-degree loops to create a thrilling experience. Roller coaster rides are typically built and designed as a complete circuit in which riders depart and return to the same location. So yes, theme parks have these rides because okay, you pay an entry ticket and you have access to all of the rides. Because normally in theme parks, it's not a ticket counter everywhere. So there are these roller coaster rides. And then, as we said, there is revenue generation additional also. Like if you go to a very great roller coaster ride, there will be a big queue of maybe 2 hours. And then there will be a priority ticket. You pay extra and you get the first chance. That is an additional revenue stream. Okay. So what you need to
Because
understand.
they know
Yeah.
because they know the customer pain and what they're doing. This is actually the strategic thinking. When they know the customer needs, they know the customer pain because some rides are very attractive, very exciting. So obviously there will be 1 hour, 2 hour queue is normal. And once you're done and then again you want to do it, so obviously you'll have to wait for 2 hours. So like in Disney, it's called the lighting lane. So every time, you want a quick one, as I said, a quick pass, they know the customer pain and they convert that pain into a money dollar revenue stream. Simple.
Okay. No. So there are roller coasters, then there are flat rides, the easy ones. A flat ride typically spins around and usually includes a circular platform. Depending on their speed and pattern of movement, they may or may not be considered that as exciting as a roller coaster. Slow moving, low height flat rides are generally intended for young riders between age 3 and 12. However, more exciting flat rides have been designed to include high speed and other disorienting movements like that thing moving in different directions and all. See, every theme park is designed in such a way that it can cover a wide variety of customer type. Like, okay, if someone is coming with children, so there will be rides for children and then there will be rides for parents also. Because then only that will create that experience. Then there are these drop rides which go up like on a big tower like rod and then it falls down in a speed. A drop ride incorporates a central tower structure with one or more carriages attached. Each carriage carrying a rider is lifted to the top of the tower and then released to free fall back to the ground level. A powerful braking system stops the carriage before it reaches the ground. See, the examiner is presenting you this case study in a way that you have never been to rides, never been to a theme park and all. First, he is briefing you. Then he will talk about the revenue structure, the challenges, the technology, and from there the possible requirements will come. Okay. Now, if I think about these, obviously there are health and safety risks. There are certain regulations because these extraordinary risky rides, they don't allow people with blood pressure. Maybe a pregnant lady, they don't allow them. Okay. Then there are dark rides, which like a car or a ship going through an entire experience, maybe a tunnel or something. A dark ride uses vehicle to send rider into a dark indoor environment and through a series of scenes or experiences. Dark ride vehicles take many forms, including cars on a track or a boat, which float in a channel of water. Some dark rides include interactive features like onboard games to compete against other riders. Like maybe I have been to such ride. It's like a thing like a small car or something, and then you have a gun and you have to hit the characters while that vehicle is moving on. Okay, through different experiences. Again, through that theme. Okay, and then there are water slides. A water slide uses vehicles such as boat and wooden logs to send riders along channels of flowing waters with various drops and turns to deliver similar thrill to those experienced on a roller coaster. Okay, a normal roller coaster is a ride running on a track, then water slides which fall down in the water. And then there are playgrounds like swings and all. So that if I am with my children and okay, I have to take some thrilling ride in which a child is not allowed. So I leave my children in a playground. Playground are areas normally designed for children to play outdoor, contain range of equipment such as swings, slides, climbing frame. Most theme parks use large areas of their site for playing ground to entertain children who are too young to be permitted on more thrilling rides. So theme park is a big industry. It's a big industry. with like rides, hotels, food outlets, and a lot of things. We'll talk about these things further also in this pre-scene. So what you need to understand is that before going for the examination, it is very important that you understand the industry. You understand the segment, that how it actually operates. Then only you will be able to look at the risk and all of those things which are related to the industry. Now, what age group visitors normally come and what are the revenue streams? Let's look at that. Now, looking at the visitors of the theme park with an extensive range of attractions offered, most theme parks attract visitors from a wide range of ages and other demographics. As I told you, they are not just for kids. Like there are some theme parks in which, like I would say, kids don't have anything. They are for adults only. The three largest theme parks in Deeland attract a significant number of international visitors, as Deeland is a popular international tourist destination with its vibrant history, traditions, and warm climate. See, obviously, theme parks are supported by local visitor, but if there won't be any international visitor, they won't be able to cover their cost because these are big things and they have a heavy fixed cost. Okay. Now, adults 30 years or old represent 9%. Okay. Young adults 20 to 29 years, they represent 29%, which means that reasonably big people are coming. Then teenagers represent 22%, and then families with children under the age of 12 years represent 40%. See, obviously, it's very much obvious that those who have children, they will take the most benefit of theme park. Like I have this annual pass of Yas Island, but I go like once in 15 days or once in a week. But my friends who have like small children, they go like 2 times a week or 3 times a week. So I always say that, okay, you are taking the maximum benefit. Like in a year, if you go for like 50 times, you have taken the maximum of that annual pass. So yes, families with children under age of 12 years, they have the biggest motivation. But these theme parks are designed in such a way that adults, young adults, and teenagers, they also visit. Now, see, the examiner has briefed you about the basic background of these theme parks, like rides and all of those things. Now he's going in the technical detail, the revenue composition, the industry challenges, technology role, and all of those things. Now, when we talk about the revenue generation of these theme parks, what we think is that, okay, there is a ticket to a theme park, you go inside, you take the ride, rides are covered in that ticket price. So that's the major revenue. Yes. But there are other sources also, like food outlets, like the souvenir shops inside. For every cartoon character, there will be a separate souvenir shop. Then there are like what I said, priority passes. Then there are hotels for stays in those theme parks with that experience. So these all are the revenue generation streams. And then the inventory which they sell, like t-shirts, shoes, bags, and everything. So most theme park revenue is generated from the sale of ticket to enter the park, which permits the visitor to use the rides and the attraction. A considerable portion
And
of
then,
theme park.
the most important thing is the pricing strategy. I remember, I think maybe 10, 15 years back, I went to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So there was a theme park. There was actually an amusement park. So that amusement park, the ticket was, let's say, let's take an example, $30. And then there was next to the amusement park, they have this water park, and the next counter says $30 for the whole day for the water park. So $30 for amusement park, $30 for water park, and then there was a window. How about you get amusement and the water park combined for the day for just $35 or maybe $40? Now you tell me where you will see a lot of people, a big traffic, obviously on the last window, because everybody see, oh wow, they're saying $30 for the amusement park, $30 for the water park, but for the combo, they just ask $35, yeah, extra $5. That's it. But people don't know, and it means everybody buy. Even we bought like $35. But people don't know that after one or two rides, you will be tired. You'll be having a lunch. You have your family, the kids, and all. So, because these amusement park and these water park, they are like cities. They are giant. So just imagine the walk. So for example, if you go to one ride, then there would be a big walk, maybe like 15, 20 minutes. And then obviously at 12 noon, you have a sun. And so it means you can just say, let's say, 2 or 3 rides and you're done. And what they did with that pricing strategy, a lot of people, they took that marginal revenue. That is the pricing, a good pricing strategy, which they do sometime, as Sir said, on the basis of weekdays, sometime like this combination, sometime they do on the basis of timing. Okay, how about if you come after 12, you will get 60% off. So after 12, how many hours are left? Like 3 hours? Because at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, it's going to be closed. And I say, okay, oh, I get 60% off. I'll go there. Maybe just one ride, one good ride, or maybe two, and you're out. And obviously, you'll be paying extra for the restaurant and all these things, sir.
So, moving forward, uh, a considerable proportion of theme park revenue is generated in the many food outlets, which most theme parks operate on site and which include a wide range of restaurants and cafes. And obviously, they are expensive than normal restaurants, just like when we go for a movie. So, if we say, like, okay, why the popcorns are expensive at the cinema? Yes, because they are giving you a popcorn in a particular environment. So same applies in the theme park. So a normal popcorn box, which would be like 10 dirhams, they'll sell you it for 50 dirhams or 60 dirhams. Okay. Merchandises such as soft toys, clothing, general souvenirs is also a steady source of income for most theme parks. The most notable change in revenue generation in recent years has been the development of on-site hotels. As Sir also referred earlier, that there are hotels inside these theme parks so that you can stay with those cartoon characters. Like, okay, maybe when you're going to your room, there will be an entire environment and your room will be presented in Tom and Jerry theme. Maybe just like a Scooby-Doo house, turning theme parks into holiday resorts where visitors can stay for short or extended holiday breaks within the hotels, themed hotels or lodges. These have proved to be particularly popular with international visitors to Deeland. Now, if we look at the revenue segmentation or what we call as the mix of the revenue, merchandise revenue from 20x1 to 20x5. It has been very much steady, like 8%, and then it changed to 7%, like in the total revenue. Now 7% represents sale of merchandises like souvenirs, those clothings and bags, or maybe the water bottles with their brand printed on it, or maybe cups or something, mobile covers. Then there are hotels and resorts, which is a most growing segment. From 3% in 20x1, it now represents 12% of the total revenue. Food and beverages is also like a constant one, 23, 24, 26, 24, 23. Tickets revenue is like having a lesser share in total revenue. Like if I look at total revenue collection, maybe we used to earn 100 in 20x1 and same 100 in 20x5. But now ticket revenue is a lesser proportion, hotel and resorts is a big proportion. Because obviously these hotel and resort thing is more developing. So if we look at our today's class where we started our discussion on this pre-scene material, we introduced ourselves to this industry of theme park, what theme parks are, how they are different from normal amusement parks, what they are selling, how the rides and all are consisted. So obviously today we just introduced ourselves to this industry. As we move forward, we'll have industry challenges, growth opportunities, technology and all. And from there, the possible requirements will come in. The objective of having it discussed with us is that you get these practical examples which we have learned from our real life experiences. And then those opportunities come into your actual examination. This is our first class on this pre-scene of September 26. It will be available on YouTube also. It will be available for our enrolled students on our learning management system also. But then, now the next classes, two more classes on this pre-scene, then 6 classes on our predictive mock exams, which will be developed by ourselves. Then one more mock exam for our students to attempt and then checking facility. That all is only available to the students who have enrolled with us. So if you have not enrolled till now, you can visit our website admissions.mirchawala.com. you can visit our website and you can enroll from there. Okay. Or you can contact us on this number and you can take the admission. Believe me that these almost 9 classes, which include the pre-scene analysis and the predictive mock exam, they will have great impact on your passing of the examination. So if you have not enrolled yet, do enroll it. Do refer it to your friends so that you all can pass in this attempt. So it will be a great impactful thing. These few classes like the pre-scene analysis, practical examples, possible requirement discussion, then our professional guesses, and then those predictive mock exams will be like on the exam practice platform, so that you can understand that how you have to solve them with using the exam tools. Okay. So hope to see you all in the next class when we'll move forward and we'll be having further discussion on this pre-scene document. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.